Unfinished art projects. Hello, it's me again, and today I'm gonna be doing my unfinished art projects. I'm gonna finish them. That's the purpose of this video. Speaking from my personal experience, I have tons of art projects that are unfinished because I had a art block or I had no understanding of how to continue doing the piece, on how to finish it, or I just didn't have any more motivation to do it. I have hundreds of unfinished art projects that is either a singular line, a blank canvas, or a sketch, which is just unfinished, or I've reached the position of line art or maybe even shading, but I still just gave up and I dropped the project in its entirety. When it comes to making art, it always takes a ton of time to make it, and there are days where I am feeling very good, very motivated to do a piece, but there are also days on the same project, mind you, that I'm doing, where I don't want to do the project, and eventually what happens is I just drop that project in its entirety and it just doesn't see the light of day, and I forget about it and I just move on to making other art. I just start over basically, and that's exactly what this video is about. I'm just gonna be tackling art projects that I haven't finished and left to rot in my folders, and I'll try to finish them, and I just want to see how it turns out, and I thought it would be a fun idea to share with you guys. Also, before we continue this video, I wanted to say a huge thank you, actually, a huge thank you. I did not expect it to get so many views. Like my previous art video that I did not expect it to get over 1,000 views. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank every single one of you that watched this video. Some of you even left some supporting comments, which I truly appreciate. And I just wanted to talk about one issue here, is the embarrassed of my old art project things. Yeah, you guys told me not to be embarrassed of my old works. Well, yeah, I understand, but I am, okay? I'm a human, okay? I want to be embarrassed by them. It shows that I have grown out of that phase and out of that time where I had that type of skill set, and I have moved on to, I guess, better skills, better art. And I think that embarrassment kind of shows my growth in a way. Thank you guys for the supporting comments. I did not expect to get such supporting comments. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. In my previous video, I had a ton of artwork that I didn't manage to share, which I just cut out due to editing and them not having a huge difference from the previous art that I've reviewed. And so I cut out some of the arts. But if you do want to see the art pieces that haven't made the final cut, I can make another video of me trying to remake those art pieces, and just let me know in the comments below. If I get enough who am I kidding? If I'll get one comment, if I'll get one comment, I'll be more than happy to remake the art piece. Cue to me just writing down, please make the art video. Please make the remake art video. Oh my fucking god. No, if I'm being honest, if you guys want me to create another remake art video of the pieces that did not make the final cut, be sure to let me know in the comments, and I'll see to it. I'll try to make it. So yeah, so I have 3 art projects here, and this is the first one. It's saved as Summer Vibe, which I'm assuming, yeah, of course. I guess I tried to draw a girl just chilling on, what's it called, a port? The bridge that goes into the fucking lake. I'm pretty sure I made this maybe last year during summer. A more recent one. I think I made this back in August, I think. So yeah, I tried to draw Gordon Freeman from Half-Life. Okay, so the sketch looks like this. Pretty self-explanatory, nothing a lot to add. The neck is gigantic, as always. Okay, then we have this art piece, which is Psycho Assassin. Okay, nice naming there. Good job, Emil. Pretty sure I'm gonna change the perspective a bit, maybe the pose. I'm gonna try to make it more facing forward to make it look like a POV, you're getting shot. So I'm gonna try to do it like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to remake this whole piece in its entirety. So yeah, these are the art pieces that I've made, and I'm going to try to add commentary to the time lapses of me trying to finish these arts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, guys, and I'll be sure to make more videos like this. Oh boy. Well, I definitely took a bigger bite than I could chew. To start things off, I want to mention that this video took a long time to make in and of itself. The poses and foundations of the arts was something outside of my usual drawings, as I had to draw or shade characters in a different way than I had to in the past. I would also blame myself for using a small amount of references, as I thought that it would cost more time for the entire video process. But looking back, I feel I would have so much time. So I will keep that in mind for the next time I will do something similar to this video. But regardless, these arts definitely challenged my imagination and experience. I guess it shows why I abandoned these projects to begin with. Shading wise, the works also took some time, but instead of explaining, you will see it later in the video. The whole process of drawing a new pose made me realize that it was quite difficult to figure out the perspective for this art piece. At first, I wanted to draw the character facing the camera until I realized that the pose doesn't look dynamic enough. So in order to change that, I decided to keep the pose relatively similar to the original sketch that I started with, but I wanted to make the scene look like the character just fired out of her gun. Funnily enough, this piece took the longest time, and the other two unfinished projects are roughly around the same time, like they were finished within the same amount of time, which was a surprise to me. But regarding them, we will see a little bit later in the video. That's it for the commentary of this art piece, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the timeline. Bye bye! Overall, I'm very proud of this piece. It turned out much better than I expected it to be. I think the feathers that I added in the front, which are blurred out, makes it more in depth with the entire perspective that I'm going with here. The only thing that I could have maybe added more detail to was the window. I could have made it have more detail than it has, because from here it just looks very basic. But overall, I'm very happy on how this piece turned out. With that said, let's move on to our next piece. Summer vibe. I wanted to do my best to capture the water in this artwork, as well as the vibe of a sunny summer day. Frankly speaking, I focused more on the surrounding area here than I did on the character, which made me realize that the girl in this scene looks relatively stiff. But what are you gonna do? I can't have everything perfect, I guess. In my head, the scene would look good if I would focus most of my time on the background, and that's what I decided to go with. I finished the line art of the character as well as the bridge and quickly move on to shading the water. I also did not want to make the lake feel like a pool, so I added lily pads and leaves on the surface. I thought this would indicate that the character is outside in the nature more than without them. In the artwork, I truly struggle with the water, having to test different layer effects as well as lighting ideas. I have made an artwork before with a similar perspective of a character standing in the water with the ripple coming from her, which kinda inspired me to do something similar here. Overall, the process was relatively a back and forth testing of different methods to make the scene feel warm and acceptable to my eyes personally. Being honest here, I think I least enjoyed drawing this piece mainly because of so much testing. I used more references here which were added one by one as I progressed further into this unfinished art piece. While I do feel that this art was the hardest to do, I think I did my best to complete and make it as good as I could. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the process. I'll be honest here, I think that the butterflies kind of saved this work, if I'm being honest. I think I did everything I could to make it look as good as as it can be. But the problem, I think, was with the fact that I struggled so much with the water and I could have shaded the character better. Overall, I still think this piece, it did what it had to do in the beginning to give off a summer vibe, and I'm happy with it. And now, we can finally move on to our final piece. This might come off as a shock to some of you, but I'm a gamer, and I can proudly say that Half-Life, especially Half-Life 2, is one of my all-time favorite games. The soundtrack, the level design, the weapons, the lore, these things made me fall in love with this game. I first played it when I was around 7 years old from my cousin's computer. Yes, Ravenholm was the most terrifying experience that probably traumatized me at that time. Half-Life was also responsible for introducing me to first-person shooter genre. The game was revolutionary, and I consider that it is still good in today's standards, standing alongside the modern games. When I first started to make this art piece, I realized that the 20th Half-Life 2 anniversary was right around the corner, which first of all made me feel old, but also forced me to give it my all to show the love for the franchise that introduced me to gaming. I rarely ever do artworks without any line art, which made me slightly nervous, but despite all that, I had the motivation. The motivation to finalize this work and make it look as good as possible. Since there was no line art, I knew that I had to make the art piece look realistic and feel less 2D than it usually does with my artwork. Since there was no line art, I had time to add more details, wrinkles on the face, glow on the iconic HEB suit which Gordon Freeman wears throughout the game, and that is exactly what I did. Funnily enough, I didn't struggle making this art piece, which is funny. I had more struggle with drawing the previous arts, which were closer to my skill set than it was with this one. I would think the reason is that it is much easier to fix my mistakes, as I didn't have to worry about line art and shading. Since if I would make a mistake in proportions, I would be forced to reshade the new shape of the line art that I fixed. Here, that is not the case. I simply need to reshade the shape and make a few small fixes here and there. This just goes to show me that making artwork has its set of surprises, which can be good or bad. In this case, it's a good surprise. While I can continue yapping about the artwork and the game, I will choose to leave it here and let you enjoy the rest of the process. This art piece is amazing. I think this is like this is the best art piece that I probably made. I like that I added the scratchiness, the scratchy effects which glow. It also like gives like the vibe that the suit endured like some beating. Overall, I like the hair, how it turned out. And yeah, the only like issue that I have here is maybe the hands and the fingers. They kind of look out of proportion, and yeah, I could have made them look better, but I felt like this video like took a long time as it is, and I just wanted to finish it. But overall, I still think that this art piece, like, it looks good. So, I look different slightly. The reason for it is because me at the start of the video, well, that's me 1 month younger than me right now. There's nothing more to say other than a huge thank you for watching this video, and a huge thank you for the support that my previous video has gotten. And I do hope to make more videos in the future. If you do want to see more videos like this, be sure to click the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll try to upload more often because like I said, this video took a ton of time, mainly because I took 3 artworks and which were very challenging for me, but at the same time I feel like I've overcome something that I would have never overcame without me trying to make a video about the unfinished art projects. So yeah, it was a fun experience, and yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys, like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.